is the crowbar that pries open people's hearts. Service is the crowbar that pries open people's hearts and allows them to prepare to receive from the Lord. You know, the word the gospel, we talk about preaching the gospel. The word gospel literally means the good news. And it drives me crazy because I see so many people sharing Jesus and they're not sharing good news. Look, if your version of the gospel is not good news, then you're doing it wrong. It should be really, really good news to the hearer. John 3:17, we all know John 3:16, I already quoted it, you know, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. And then we stop. Well, the next verse is just as important, if not more important. And it says, for God did not send his son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. And Jesus said this later, he goes, I don't judge you, my word judges you. And so that doesn't mean that we don't, you know, raise up a standard of holiness, of that kind of stuff. It just means that we've got to deal with it a certain way. We'll unpack this in just a minute. Isaiah 52:7 says, how beautiful on the mountain are the feet of them that bring good news. Good news. If you're bringing bad news, you ain't got pretty feet. Now, I need to confess something. Some of you may know this about me, but I have gnarly toenails. I don't know what happened. I think it was during college. Maybe I didn't like wear shower shoes or whatever you're supposed to do. But something happened in college, and my toenails were like, see ya, we're out, and you were doing our own thing. I don't know what happened. And several years ago, I finally got them under control. But there was this experience I had. I was in college. I was actually leading worship at a church there, a rotating worship leader group. And so one of the girls that was on the team, before we had a big night of praise, said, I really feel like I need to wash everyone's feet. And I was like, panic just sets in, you know? Because I'm like, what kind of condition are my toes in right now, you know? And so she gets there, we're all sitting in chairs, and she's moving the bucket. Y'all been to have you been to a foot washing service? Yeah, it can be a really amazing thing unless you have awful toes. And so then it's just panic. So I'm sitting there, she's making her way down the row, and so I take my socks off, and I'm like, oh my Lord in heaven, I've got witch toes. I've got like these gnarly toenails, and I'm like, So she comes down to me, she says, Lord, I just washed you. Oh my goodness. Not my greatest moment. Hey, I may have ugly toenails, but I have beautiful feet. And you can too, because you deliver the good news to those around you. Amen? Amen, absolutely, absolutely.